hold on.
Hey Hank, are you keeping up with all the podcasts we're doing for the music in the beginning?
Yeah.
Or is it? We've been doing live streams, so I guess you can't really.
Yeah. Not for this one, but for the other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, are we gonna record this one on GarageBand?
No, do you want to?
No, we don't need to. If we're doing it live, there's no point.
I was just gonna say we could.
But, I mean, SoundCloud is the only thing that's not going up on. But we're not getting a lot of stuff on SoundCloud.
All right, I can do it. I can just
if you want.
I can.
Well, just because it comes over on Skype, you know.
I can just do it for kicks. All right.
I like kicks.
Kicks are for kids.
No, that's tricks. Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for kids.
Close.
Hey, tricks are for kids. No, stop being a kid. All right. It is Josh. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Two Birds and a Third podcast, coming to you here live on a Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, we're going to talk about the Warriors, some Raiders, Sharks playoffs hopes, and then opening day for MLB. It's one of the pinnacles of sports timing right now. We get a little bit of everything, and then we get the draft coming up later this month. So
it's like Christmas came a little bit early this year. Just a little bit.
All right, so this episode is brought to you by Ryan Leaf for liking our tweet.
We thank you for your support there, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan Leaf.
And we're there to support you the next time you go through the penal system.
We hope that he doesn't, though.
Of course.
We hope he doesn't. We hope he does his thing, mentoring kids and teaching them about alcohol addiction and stuff like that.
He's on the right path.
He
definitely came back from his busting days of early 90s.
Speaking of busting from the early 90s, my heart's being busted by the Raiders right now.
What a plug!
Just because I didn't get to talk with you guys the other day when you guys did the live feed, but I was hurt. Obviously, big time Raider fan. Dad actually. He said he's still going to be a Raider fan, which, you know, I was waiting to see how he was going to play this, but he said he's a diehard Raider fan. I guess it's easier for him because he lived in Maryland when he became a Raiders fan. So I think for Dad it's a little bit easier because, you know, only for a part of his life he's been able to watch the Raiders live. But, you know, I'm kind of bummed. There's still a lot of things I see that, like, I just don't know if it will work. I think maybe the owners are trying to drive Mark Jackson out of ownership of the Raiders because Mark Davis because he won't be able to afford the Raiders after a couple of years because he's not going to own the stadium. He's not going to own anything except for really the name, but he's going to have to pay all these people back for all this stuff. And he's already an owner with really, really shallow pockets, you know. Yeah. The whole reason he couldn't move last year was because literally he didn't have the money to do it. Whereas Stan Kroenke can just be like, I want this. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to build it myself, you know, kind of thing.
I had a little dreidel. I made it out of clay. When it's dry and ready, I have the LA Rams.
Damn it, Kroenke. You know, that is completely true. And this has not been very, I guess, a well-kept secret amongst the league owners to how much they do not like the Davis family. And that's purely because of Al Davis.
Well, but the thing is, Al Davis never liked the NFL either.
Yeah.
He never liked them either.
He liked to give a big middle finger to the NFL every time he could.
Exactly.
Loved it.
Exactly.
You know, Al did a lot of great things, though. I mean, he really broke down barriers. He was the first owner to hire, like, a woman in, like, you know, as, like, an executive staff. He also hired the first, like, person who, what did he hire? Like, a Mexican guy to run
it was the first Native American to be quarterback. Quarterback a team.
He
broke a lot of molds.
He was also the first owner to hire a white maid to change his diaper.
Probably.
I would imagine so. But in all seriousness, the Raiders are a franchise that has been instilled in us since we were born and raised here.
Exactly.
And I think the main issue that all of us are having, people of, I would say, between 24 and 30, is just they've been here since that.
And
point.
we're about
about to lose that little tailgate in us.
And we're losing a lot more than that. We're losing like our next generation of being able to do that. Like we all grew up going to the games. I'm sorry, you guys, you might be a Niners fan, DJ, but it's going to be hard when I have a kid, whether it be a son or a daughter, to take them to Niners games, but tell them that we're Raiders fans. Like how weird is that going to be?
Yeah.
And what am I supposed to do? Bring my kid to Vegas? Like that's a whole nother thing. Like they keep saying Vegas, it's going to be an easy trip, but realistically, like it's going to be a harder trip, especially with kids.
Oh man.
Like what are you supposed to do? Go to a Raider game and try to hit the casino with your kids?
You drop them off at Circus.
No, but that's the thing, DJ. You don't just drop your kids off in the middle of a place in Las Vegas.
I know. There's no daycare in Vegas.
So here's a question that Space Cowboy has for you, Josh. Will the Raiders ever go back to Oakland? Because I made the prediction that they'll be back in 20 years.
Oh, I think they absolutely could move back. I think what's probably going to happen is they're going to build a stadium in Vegas because they want that there. And what's going to happen is that somewhere down the line, they're talking about expansion. St. Louis is going to get another team again because they used to be the St. Louis Cardinals, then the St. Louis Rams. So that city is entrenched in football. Yeah. They need to get an expansion team there, move the Raiders name and the team back to Oakland, and then build another expansion team in Las Vegas. There you go. You balance everything out. St. Louis, the team that takes over St. Louis still stays in the NFC, and then, you just have to do some shuffling around. They'll figure it out.
Do you think the Raiders will change their name?
When
they're in Vegas?
The Raiders will never change their name. And they're never going to – unfortunately, they're never going to get the Cleveland deal. They're never going to get to keep the name of the Raiders in Oakland. They won't get that. The Raider name is going to Las Vegas. And if that team moves from Las Vegas, whether it be L.A., San Antonio, whatever they try to do, hopefully come back to Oakland, that team will stay the Oakland Raiders.
So they get the Seattle Supersonics treatment.
Oh, just get shade all day long. I think that there's no way that in Oakland, like the city of Oakland, somewhere on the East Bay, there's not going to be another franchise there.
We need another franchise We need one there.
How long has this been a dual market for? I mean, it's always survived on that. I think, the Niners obviously will gain some off of this, but it will always seem like there's a hole somewhere.
But really,
there's 3 teams in the southern hemisphere.
But really, how much can you gain? That's what I'm saying. As like a Niners fan, you think that people are going to go there, but really true diehard Raiders fans, you're not going to catch them being like, the Raiders are gone, so let me go to a Niners game instead.
But look at what happened.
They're not going to buy season tickets for the Niners.
But look what happened in the 1960s and the 1980s. So early 1980s when they left to go back to LA. When that happened, there was a shift in San Francisco because that was when San Francisco won all those championships in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
So there was nobody in Oakland at that time. It was just everybody went that way.
Right.
So what you can be afraid of is if that happens again with the Niners, you're going to lose whatever you have left because they couldn't sell out the stadium once they came back in the 90s. They never could.
Yeah.
So, they're going to take even more of a hit in Oakland now because this is the second time around. Now, you're right. There will be diehards. There's always going to be diehards. But what's the market going to be for bandwagoners?
Well, here's the thing. You change, but you just said it. If you roll over a generation, if the Raiders come back in 20 years, then that's a whole new generation, In 20 years, who knows? My kids could be having kids in 20 years.
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
But that means you need to get to work right now.
Well, that's for another topic off the air. But, I'm going to go to as many Raider games as I can until they leave. I know a lot of people are like, screw them. I'm not going to give them a dime of my money. I don't picture me as going there and doing it. Mark Davis already doesn't really know how to spend his money. So my tickets that I buy to go see that game is not going to make a difference in his pocket or anything else, but it will make a difference in my enjoyment of seeing one of my teams get to play and play while they're good. Yeah. At least they're not moving while they suck.
It could go both ways. You could feel good because they're moving because they suck. But listen,
no, you'll never feel good about a city losing your football team. You'll never feel good.
You're right. You never will. But listen, Raider fans, you got 2, maybe 3 years left. Go out there and support
Enjoy
your
it.
team. You got a quarterback
Support
that
your
stands
players,
behind
exactly.
you all day. Like, this guy is a true born leader. Enjoy him in Oakland for the next 2 or 3 years, because that's all we got until next 2 decades, according to him.
And hopefully let's maybe bring a Lombardi trophy
Yes,
here.
let's do it.
As many of you say, like, no, I wouldn't want that to happen. Yes, you do. That would be great.
That'd be a great
That would be-
storybook ending.
That would be a storybook ending, and
for
that would be
15 years of sitting there in agony.
so. Anyways, moving to another team that's deciding to leave Oakland, unfortunately, the Warriors are bound for the playoffs coming up here.
Another reason why they should try to keep the Raiders.
Well, so the Warriors are actually on fire right now. They
9
just
games.
10 games. I
10
thought.
games?
Yeah, I think they just hit a 10-game win streak last night. So they're doing well. They're on a little tear right here. Hank, if you were the Warriors, who would you want to play, and who would you not want to play in the playoffs first in the
For the
first
Western
round?
Conference.
Obviously in the Western
they
Conference,
always,
not in the finals.
Don't they always struggle with San Antonio?
They did, but they came back.
They've been doing well against them recently.
But could you do that 7? Could you do
I-
that
I
5
would,
games?
like-
You're right. It's going to be a series, but Hank, go ahead and answer.
I watch these games, and I watch the Warriors play. And this season, I think the only game I've seen them lose was the first game of the season against San Antonio. They just have it. And if the Warriors win in the end, or they lose, or I see them going far in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I see them going really far.
They have.
I don't even like.
They have,
I don't think I have the knowledge to say when they're gonna lose, but I mean I could see them going back to the finals. You know, I mean unless they catch ice and just freeze up like they did in the finals.
I think the only thing that would probably derail them right now is an injury. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that would derail because Hank, you put it perfectly. They have it going for them right now.
So for the rest of my answer, Kelly will
So do we know when Kevin Durant is exactly coming back? Because without him, when Steph Curry goes cold, they are nothing. They are like a cold Oklahoma City when Russell Westbrook can't play without Durant. And Houston could totally take advantage of that. Houston's a really complete team right now. So it just all really depends on Durant and him coming back. We saw in his years with Oklahoma City him coming back early from that foot injury and him being out for longer and longer in the season and needing more surgeries.
Exactly.
Now Ellie, are you a Dallas Mavericks fan?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Nowitzki. Yeah.
Derek.
We'll get you a lock of Mr. Nowitzki's hair eventually down the road here.
She wants
put it right
really
next to
bad.
Hank's pillow.
It's like the best thing she'll ever have besides a dog.
Hey, she has you. Oh, darn it.
I
hey,
know.
anyways, Kelly, I completely agree. I don't see. I mean, I think a lot of the fear that was created for the Warrior fans was because of the national media. Fox in general really went down the throat saying, "Oh, the Warriors can't do nothing." Nobody should be worried about the Warriors, who have 4 of the top 15 players in the NBA on their team. On their team, that's 4 out of 5 starters are in the top 15. They don't be worried. They might have to worry if they play the Rockets. The Rockets might give them a series, maybe win 2 games out of that series. I see that going 6. If they get to the Spurs, if the Spurs don't hiccup, because Spurs actually the past few years have been hicking up in either the semis or the actual conference finals.
Yeah.
So, but if those 2 were to go, I still think the Warriors have the edge. I mean, look at it. You have an aging Tony Parker. Who else do they have besides Kawhi Leonard that creates space and can create their own shot off the ball? You have an aging Ginobili.
Yeah.
Their bench isn't what it is. I just think if the Warriors stay on track, they're going to meet hopefully the Cavs in the finals. But we'll get into that later.
But I think that Kelly brought up a very good point about Durant. They've found their groove without him. I think when he comes back this time, it's not going to be like when he started this year, where they kind of started off slow and trying to figure out how they distribute the ball, who's going to get, who's going to lead the game, how's the game is going to be played by each player. At the beginning of the year, remember, and that this is also the national media looking to find all the flaws that the Warriors have. But, I mean, they were trying to get used to each other, build team chemistry, stuff like that. You're bringing in, and it is, as DJ put it, you have 4 out of 5 starters in the top 15 in the league. So you have 4 really, really big egos on the same court, playing with each other. All of them want to be stars. It was a little weird, but I think this time when he comes back from this injury, healthy, because it's not his feet, it was a sprain in his ligament, and that can, you can come back from that way better than you can come back from a foot injury
or ACL.
Yeah, because in basketball, the reason foot injuries are bad in basketball because when you move, it's all that lateral movement on your feet, and you're such a big guy. So I think he'll come back and play pretty smoothly.
It will disrupt the flow a little bit. We can't just act like he's going to come back and fit in seamlessly. When he left, they lost 3 in a row right away. It took them a while to figure out. They've got their groove together, but throwing him right back in is going to mess things up a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that, but understand that if worst comes to worst. Worst comes to worst. I mean, they seem like they already have the 1 seed locked up, and that's all that matters. If there is a gap, it will be closed within a few practices after that.
Yeah.
I think.
I hope.
Even they could use the first round of the playoffs as that practice if they want to, because they're going to get an 8 seed or a 7 seed. So,
who do you think is going to dethrone the Cavs if that happens?
That's a more interesting question here, because as much as I love the Warriors, I'm a Cavs fan. I believe that.
The Cavs are struggling.
And trust me, I know I get a lot of gruff out here living in the Bay Area, being that guy who's wearing a Kyrie Irving jersey up and down the street. But I am fearing for my Cavaliers, because I could see some trouble either if we get the Wizards in the second round, or if we get the Boston Celtics in the final, in the conference finals. I could see either one of those two just giving us some issues. Now, do I see them beating us? It depends if we're going to be healthy or not. We just got J.R. Smith back, which is going to bolster our defense. If Amon Shumpert plays like he's played in years past, we should be fine. I really think that the defense we're missing, and this is Dellavedova written all over it. Yeah. And I hate to be, the bearer of bad news, but once he was gone, he was a guy that came in for Kyrie, maybe didn't have the skill set as Kyrie, but a lockdown defender that kept Curry, if we have forgotten, in the first round of this hopefully future 3-round series, kept him under 20 points a couple games.
Yeah, he's a very scrappy player. Really scrappy out there.
Yes, and you got a bad name for that. And, that comes with the territory of doing that. But you know what? Guaranteed, if Dellavedova was playing in the 90s, he's not a scrappy player. He's a normal player.
Yeah.
So, in all honesty, I think the biggest team that gives us the biggest challenge, I'd have to put it Boston's way, because they got a guy on their team who's probably half the size of me, and he's killing it. He's killing it on the floor. He is a guy that you want to give with the last 3 seconds on the shot, because that's what he did to the Cavs. Boom, 3-pointer, dagger, beat him. And they have such a young squad, young, fresh. Even the Cavs are looking on the older side of the East, as much as they have the talent-wise.
And LeBron has played more minutes than Michael Jordan did when he retired. I mean, he's really racking them up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as much as the Michael Jordan era kind of took down the Cavs, and that one shot that still has him floating in midair as guys in the Cavs uniforms floating right by, makes the shot, and then he jumps up in the air with his fist. That lives in Cavs memories all the time.
Oh, yeah, that was the Cavs.
Yeah, that was the Cavs. So a lot of sports stuff that happens that's really, really amazing is usually on the other side of the Cleveland locker room.
The East has a lot of young talent right now, though. Isaiah Thomas in Boston, Giannis in Milwaukee. There's a lot of really young, exciting guys out there in the East right now. It should be a really fun
You're
playoffs.
right. Giannis is a freak, and that's why he's coined the name Greek Freak, I take it. But he is something else. He's like an Anthony Davis, but just a little bit longer and a little bit taller.
The Mavs passed over him to draft Shane Larkin, and I will cry about it until the day I die. But yes, he is amazing.
She will cry about it forever.
Well, I mean, just thank God that what's his face? Why can't I remember his name? He's coaching the team right now for the Bucks.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, my basketball hero.
Wow, talk about a brain fart, but yes. That guy, people have been bragging on him as a coach. That this guy had a tough time with the Nets, but he is living it up over in Milwaukee right now with this young talent, and he's bringing them together. And they're going to be a factor.
He wasn't really having trouble with the Nets.
He was having a lot
of
trouble.
No, but they were a good team. They were a decent team.
He was arrested. He wasn't getting respect as a coach.
He got arrested?
Yes. As a coach.
Dude, he's in New Jersey. What do you expect?
What was he doing?
It was driving.
Walking around.
That was just a rough time for him.
He took the Kerry Collins treatment.
Yeah.
where Kerry Collins, he once went to a bar and must have been Carolina or something like that, and they had cops waiting outside the bar just waiting to pull him over or something like that. I don't know if that was in Carolina or if that was in when he played for the Giants. But
you gotta understand, they gotta do some things in order to win. So if they have to arrest the player the night of the game, they'll do what they have to do,
Yeah, and it was a weird dynamic. They had just gotten Jason Terry, who had played with him, and so it was very strange, him as a coach so soon. But it's really working out with him in Milwaukee.
Now, didn't he play for the team that he ended up coaching right off the bat? It's he went from playing on
he played for the Nets in his prime.
Yeah,
he won a ring with Dallas.
Yeah, he lost against the Lakers with the Nets.
That's right. Okay, but that's his first stint. This is his second stint, fresh start. I think that he'll do just fine with that.
Yeah.
So I mean that's all I got on the NBA right now. Josh, what else do we have on the board here?
We got the Sharks. We got sweet. This is the sweetness of April right now. Is that we have the end. We got 2 playoff runs going here, and luckily in the Bay Area we get Sharks and Warriors both making a run for it right now. So it's gonna be fun. They're third place in the West right now.
Don't remind me.
They were in first, and then they went on a 6-game losing streak.
They're currently on a 6-game.
Oh God! But honestly, I'd rather hit a losing streak now and then come out of our funk into the playoffs than hit the playoffs and then hit this losing streak.
How do you come out of funk? I mean, that's do I need? I'm a Cleveland fan already, so my heart is already on its last leg. I don't need the Sharks to be doing this.
The playoffs are the playoffs. The Ravens, the year they won the Super Bowl, they lost their last 3 games of the regular season, and then they won the Super Bowl.
I think they lost. They lost 2 out of 3, but
2 out of 3. Yeah, they won like a skid.
Something.
And then they came back.
No, but I don't think that happened. I think they ended the season well. They just struggled, before they fired Cam. Remember when they fired Cam Cameron? Was 5 weeks before the season ended.
Yeah.
Now, what I will tell you, Hank, is, not contrary to your belief, but actually to add some points on top of that. The last, let's see, the 2 or 3 Stanley Cup champions. The Kings did it, I think, twice with the 8th seed. The NHL is once you get into the playoffs, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
and that bleeds true to you. But I still, as a fan who's been sitting here,
I want to see them play better.
Yeah, come on.
It's DJ's fault. Ever since we went to the game, they've been losing.
What happened at that game?
Always
Josh,
DJ's
we
fault.
destroyed them 4-1.
Yeah, they won 4-1 against the Sabres.
Yeah, but the 6-game slide didn't happen because DJ went to a game.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I do have bad luck with Raiders quarterbacks and going to see them play, but as Sharks games go,
maybe it's a good idea if the Raiders move just because of DJ, so he doesn't get tempted.
I was about to say, bottom line, don't ever go see a game with DJ.
Wow.
Unless it's for a team you don't like,
Hey, the Sharks are going to do just fine. I think that they get. Man, I don't know how you catch the magic you caught last year and just last year was a ride that no one's ever going to forget here in San Jose. Who is a Sharks fan has followed the Sharks since they came out the womb.
Right, because it's been 20 years, and that was the first time we've made it to
the Stanley Cup.
And we've made the playoffs so many
We made the
times.
Western Conference Finals, I think, 3 or 4 times before we got over the hump.
Yeah.
And, I mean, maybe even more than that, but we just never could get over that hump. And, I mean, look at the squad that we still have. I mean, we have household names: Thornton, Marlowe, Vlasic, Logan Couture, Pavelski. Like, these guys we've been seeing in Sharks uniforms, some of them over 12-plus years. Marlowe's been in there since 97. So if there's ever a time that you need to press to get a cup, it's now, because their time's running out. I know hockey players, for some odd reason, are like Hulks and Goliaths that walk among us, or gods that walk among us, and could play this sport until they're almost 50 years old. Jaromir Jagr. I don't know how the hell that happens, but they could play for a very long time. But I still think.
Do you think this is the year the Sharks win?
It could be.
I want to say.
I have that feeling.
I want to say yes, man.
I want to have the confidence, and especially because the Sharks didn't do a lot of overhaul in the offseason, like in terms of players. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have a lot of players that this time around they'll know what it feels like. You know what I mean? Remember, even though we have household names that have played for the team forever, none of them had been to a Stanley Cup before. None of them.
That's right. Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to remember that that was still their first Stanley Cup. And imagine
they went 6 games against Pittsburgh.
Imagine trying for so many years and then finally making it. Like
they don't lose that taste. They're going to want to go
back.
Yeah,
they're going to want to come back. I think they're going to fight super hard.
But you know how sports are, and how it's not what you did in the past, because the past,
right.
You can't change the past.
Right.
What are you doing for me lately? And it's been 6 games losing. That hasn't happened all season.
Small sample size, though. Exactly. It hasn't happened all season. The Warriors just went on a skid, too. Remember, they lost like 6 or 7 games in a row?
It's 3 or 4, but that was because you're right.
Oh, okay. They lost like 6 out of 7 games or something like that. But I'm just saying they turned it around, and now they're on a 10-game winning streak. It's a perfect example. Like,
I'm more sensitive about my Sharks. I'm more sensitive.
Sharks fan.
So like the Sharks melds into the Cleveland side for me, because the Sharks, I was born with the Sharks at all times. I was always born with Cleveland, and I was born with the Sharks. And the Giants and the A's and the Raiders and the Mariners all came later. So this is one of those areas where it hurts. It hurts. But I think, Hank, I mean, what do you think? Do you think they make it? I say yes, just because I believe, and I think they're going to do it this year. But these 6 games have really kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. Josh thinks yes. What do you think, Hank? Kelly?
Honestly, I'm just going to say no. But usually when I hold on. Usually the opposite happens with my predictions. So I'm just going to say no. That's why I don't pick the Eagles every week. Because it's like reverse psychology.
Dude, you're okay. And anybody who wants a good read into every single game, please follow Hank. He puts out a not play-by-play, but a good synopsis on every game. So if you're looking for betting tips, see Hank's page.
Or don't see my page.
Or if you have a gambling problem.
Bet on the New England Patriots.
Oh, 1-800-GAMBLER.
1-800 bet on the Patriots every week.
But Hank, so
what do you think? What do you think, Kelly? Do you think they're gonna go? Kelly.
I really haven't been watching hockey enough this year. I'm sorry.
All right, what were you gonna say, Josh?
No, I was just gonna say that even though we're coming to the end of basketball and hockey, we do get the beginning of MLB because it is opening day tomorrow.
It is.
Oh, I can't wait. One of the greatest pastimes known to American sports, baseball. Baseball's coming back.
Now, Hank, who is your baseball team?
Yeah, tell us.
I am a Phillies fan.
Oh, God.
Okay, you're a Phillies fan.
The worst team ever. The team with the most losses in the history. But I did get to view them win a World Series in my lifetime.
See, exactly, Hank. So stop it. Okay?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing about here's the thing about the Eagles. Like, I would want nothing more for them to win a Super Bowl, but the problem is, I don't think I'd be as good of a fan as I am right now if they had a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because my life would be that much more complete. You know?
Oh God, Hank! Don't give me that fair weather fan theory. So you're the reverse you're the opposite of a fair weather fan. You're that guy who goes for the underdog every time, but you're not a team flopper.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
No, but like I'd still be a fan. It's just that I'm also not greedy, you know? Like I wouldn't be like, "Oh, we need to win. We need to get the Super Bowl every year." I'd be like, "Oh, we won one. That's awesome. Now we're going to be made fun of this much less, you know?"
And Hank, I'll agree with you on that because I'm a Ravens fan and they've won 2 while I've been alive. I've been able to watch both of them. And honestly, like, it does kind of suck that every year I really expect them to make the playoffs. And I know that with the Raiders, I have never seen the Raiders win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I saw them get close when they lost to the Bucks.
That's true.
But during my lifetime, I've never seen the Raiders win. And I do kind of look at even through all the bad times that the Raiders had, I'm like, well, we'll get back there, you know, like.
Very true.
But
we were on the baseball topic, but we're going to go back because
I'll say
the same way. Same way with Cleveland.
I'll say this about the Phillies. They're definitely in the rebuilding process. They definitely have a lot of pieces that'll make them exciting, but it's just the pitching and the runs. They have games where they have really good pitching, and they have games where in those games they don't get a lot of runs, or they'll have a game where they'll have like 5 runs and they'll lose. You know what I'm saying?
That tells me there's a coach issue there.
It's just inconsistent. It's always inconsistent, you know. From what I know.
And you know what that screams to me? That screams mismanagement, because that means you do have the talent on both sides, but you can't harness it on the same day. That means there's something that's missing there. And is Charlie Manuel still there, or is he gone?
No, he's a member. He's the member of the management somehow. He's like a executive. He's not there anymore.
Okay, and I just want to bring up real quick before we go into another team. You guys stole Cliff Lee from the Indians.
We did, but we didn't really.
After they made their run,
we
and
did.
then you won a World Series. Oh my God! How the hell did that happen?
Wait, did we win a World Series with Cliff Lee? I don't think we did.
Oh, come on, fact check me, bro. Fact check me.
Wait, Space Cowboy. Did the Phillies win a World Series with Cliff Lee? Because I think Space Cowboy is a Phillies fan.
He had to have won. That's when he had the big 3 with Hamels, Lee, and who else did you have? Oh, that guy,
Holiday,
number 55.
But we didn't.
The guy you got.
We didn't have Holiday in our World Series.
You did. That was the big 3.
Did we have Holiday in our World Series? I don't think we had a Holiday in our World Series.
Well, you might have.
I think we had him. We had him when they lost to the Giants and when they lost to the Yankees, because we had Lee, and then we traded him, and then we got Holiday, and then we got Lee afterwards.
No, Lee was there before Holiday was. No. Way before Holiday. If anything, Lee.
Okay.
Lee was a year before Holiday.
Yeah, we'll fact check that, but.
No, you have.
I'm blowing the whistle on this one, guys.
I have Space Cowboy here. He said he appeared in it, but he didn't win it. Holiday.
Okay, yeah, he didn't win it, but he was on the team during the World Series.
Won it.
We won the pennant. We won the pennant with Holiday.
It's different.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank God I'm not a Phillies fan.
But actually, I like the A's, even though I like the Ravens, and I was born in Baltimore. I didn't become a baseball fan until I moved out here, and I met my friend Wes, who we will have to have on the show during baseball season because this guy's family lives and breathes baseball. He played collegiate baseball. His brother played minor league baseball for the Mariners.
Didn't he play at West Virginia?
Yeah, he played at West Virginia. West Liberty. No, he played at West Liberty.
Oh, okay.
Still Division One. Played Division One college baseball. So, and then he also his uncle was drafted by the Yankees. So yeah, big baseball guy, and he's actually the one who got me into baseball once I moved out from Baltimore to California.
Quick fun fact about Wes. He has baseball seats from each stadium that was brought down, or he's got seats from St. Louis Stadium that was torn down, the Yankee Stadium that was torn down, and there's another one I can't remember.
He has a seat from the dog pound.
Oh,
There's no more seats left for that. No, there's no dog pound seat there. But Josh, continue with the A's.
But I think the A's are always tough. I think that with the new front office and how they're going to do things now, I think we can see a turnaround. Probably not this year. What I am looking forward to this year is we do still have some of our young talent, like the Sonny Grays,
Sean Manaea.
I mean, I think that we have a chance to be decent. I'm not getting too hopeful on this season, but I'm definitely excited to go to some baseball games because that's one of my favorite things to go to. And I'm one of those few people that I'll tailgate at a baseball game. I'm like the only person in the, you go and most people don't tailgate for a baseball game. It's one of my favorite things, especially a late game that starts at 7:10 Pacific time, those later ones. I love those games.
Well, it's because you're at that stadium.
Oh, and
that's another thing.
The Oakland Coliseum
is made for tailgating.
It's a dump, but that place has the best tailgating
ever.
And I've been to a few other areas around and tailgating. I went to the old Candlestick. I've been to the new Levi's. Nothing compares. I've even been to some of the colleges around here. I went to a Cal rugby game. And by the way, little sports fact: Cal rugby has the most national championships ever, with 23 national championships.
Like the Yankees of NCAA.
Yeah. Of NCAA rugby, but nothing compares to going up to the Oakland Coliseum. And I'm excited to go watch some games. They're not going to be, I don't think they'll be great, but I'm not expecting them to be great this year. I got really lucky, especially in 2012 when they made that when they, really, really were good. That was really cool to see because the A's were like the Raiders for a long time and just scraping the bottom of the barrel. We were basically the major leagues farm team. People would just, this guy's playing really, really great for the A's. And the A's would be like, you want to give us money? Here you go. Give us prospects that are 18 years old,
How do you feel about this? A good question for you. How do you feel about them saying we're rooted in Oakland? Taking that stance.
I love it.
So, okay.
I love it.
But they were trying to move to San Jose just like a year and a half ago.
Or Fremont.
They were trying to move to Fremont, but that didn't work out.
Because of obviously territory rights with the San
which we will get into later on in the season. We'll talk about how, as much as the Giants, whatever their Bay Area team, because of their minor league team in San Jose, they are absolutely screwing over the Oakland A's. So, we'll see. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited.
Just remember that if you want to go to an A's game on a Tuesday, because Kelly and I will definitely be going to an A's Rangers game because she's a huge Ranger. You already know what we're.
Yeah, we're going in a couple weeks.
Okay, so we're going in a couple. What? Okay, so we're going in a couple weeks. Make sure you go on a Tuesday because it's free parking.
And where are we going again? I'm sorry.
The A's Rangers.
Oh, dude. Okay, that's going to be a game on, and we're also going to have to go to a A's Indians because they come and play as well.
But every Tuesday at that stadium is free parking.
Exactly.
A little inside tip.
So you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for parking. The tickets are dirt cheap. The concessions are pretty expensive, and I like their cheesesteaks. I actually do like Oakland A's cheesesteaks. I mean, let's be honest. I'll eat anything that goes in my mouth. But
this is coming from the man that can't taste the difference between Coke and Pepsi. So.
Well, we're gonna have some great games. We could even go see. The Phillies will play the Giants. We go see that.
That's true.
We could go see. I know the Indians will end up playing interleague games with the Giants. So we got some games that we can go and see.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be pretty cool. Maybe we can even do a live feed where we could do a play-by-play. I think that would be pretty cool.
David will be doing that. David will be doing that play-by-play because he's got the out of all four of us, he's probably got the best announcer voice.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. It might be just deeper. I don't know, but
well, yeah, but still.
I thank you, and I think that would be a good transition point into the Indians here. I know for all the Indians fans out there, this is not really uncharted territory because from the 90s, we had a good team coming in, and in the mid to later 2000s, we had good teams with Cliff Lee and CeCe Sabathia on the same team. So it's not that we're not used to being favorited maybe with the Cubs. It's new territory for the past 10 years. Because last year we came up and it was a surprise to a lot of people. Wasn't really a surprise to me because we have one of the youngest rotation in the league right now, Carlos Carrasco. Not a lot of people know last year we had 2 injuries to our number 2 and number 3 starters. So the guys that you saw, Josh Tomlin, those guys who were throwing, they were bullpen guys that came in and tried to start the role. So that's what made last year so special. I'll post a little video on our Two Birds and a Third Facebook page or YouTube page about me if everybody watched in the bottom of the 8th last year when Rajai Davis hit that 2-run home run to tie it. I was pretty much in. I don't know. I was like a little kid, another 10-year-old kid. We'll post the video. You guys get to see it and laugh. Do what you have to do. But as far as the Indians this year, I think they are set to run the table. I think the biggest challenge would be the Red Sox, definitely. Red Sox just bolstered their lineup with the Sale trade. It's all about rotation when it comes into the playoffs. That's what it comes down to. I think the Indians have the tops in that rotation. I'm going to go with Tim Kirkshin, and I'm going to say rematch. What I really want is a Giants-Indians, but I think it's going to be Cubs-Indians again. And I think the Indians will take this one in 7 in dramatic fashion. That's my call on the year. But that Edwin Encarnacion deal, that's what's putting us over the top right there, my man.
Okay.
So are we just giving our World Series predictions?
Please give it to me.
God, I don't even know if I can predict this far ahead, guys. The baseball season is such a long season. I cannot make any predictions. You don't. Here's the thing: the baseball season is the one season that you don't have any clear-cut people on top. I'm sorry.
All right, we're gonna get a celeb shot, giving it to Wes here. He's gonna pop in real quick and give his 2 cents on who's going to the World Series.
Okay, he has my prediction and Josh's prediction. 'Cause I have no idea either.
So, when it comes down to baseball, at the end of the day, it's anyone's season. Anybody can beat anybody. Doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're out there competing every day, every pitch. For me, it's tough to say. A lot of teams have made a lot of big moves. I think the Dodgers are a team that could be messed with in the NL, along with the Giants. The Dodgers have made plenty of moves. There are definitely a lot of teams like the New York Mets, who are an up-and-coming ball club. Teams like that, and Orioles are another ball club with Manny Machado and those dudes that are able to, be able to compete throughout a playoff run. But it is pretty much impossible to predict who's going to be in the World Series.
I'll make one prediction. I predict that the Washington Nationals will win the division, will win the NL East, and lose in the first round.
Oh,
I can see it.
That's
I
easy.
can see it.
And it's going to be to the Giants, who are going to play in the wild card again against them. They're going to be the wild card team playing against each other, guaranteed.
I can see it.
But yeah, predictions in baseball, they don't really work out too well. But what you can kind of go off of is what was last year. But again, last year was last year.
Especially if you go ahead and tattoo blank World Series title 2000.
Yes.
17.
Those people are the worst people.
I
They
feel
are
like
the
I feel
worst
like those are the
people.
kinds of people that jinx like Super Bowls for like the Eagles and the Browns like every season.
What Super Bowls? What Super Bowl for the Browns have been
No,
jinxed? I don't
no.
think
What
we've
I'm
ever
saying
even-
is they jinx
You've never even
seasons.
been.
we've never been to a Super
No,
Bowl. The
jinx-
NFL championship.
Jinx seasons was what I meant.
Yeah. Well,
I know that the Browns have never been to a Super Bowl, but that doesn't stop you from making fun of the
yeah.
fact
If
that
you
the
follow
Eagles haven't
NFL
won a
memes, they'll
Super
remind
Bowl.
you that every day.
At least the Titans have been to a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They have.
Motherfucking the Titans. Don't bring this up. We've already.
Okay, well, Hank, I think we got to touch on a lot of awesome topics today.
We did.
And we're definitely going to be bringing the fans more. You guys tell us if you guys want us to talk about anything specifically, if
Yeah.
there's things that you think we missed or that we should touch on that are big deals. There's just a lot going on right now. We're going to try to come to you guys more often as well. We're going to start moving up to 2 days a week. We'll do one on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and then we'll hit a day during the week as well that we can all
we can
get
all
in touch
meet.
with them.
I want to be here 3 to 4 days out of the week for you guys, but you know what? We're working. You know, it's tough. It's tough to do that, but you know, if big stuff happens, we'll be here, and we'll try to do our best to give you the realest view and the realest side of each story.
We're just glad to be working.
This is true.
I mean, we could be working in a toll booth. We'd just be glad to be working, you know.
Okay, another Adam Sandler reference. This is a Big Daddy reference from Hank over here.
No, that's a reference from something else. But guys, let's okay. There's a minute and 18 seconds left on the clock. Are you watching this game?
Oh, wait. See, no, I was trying to. Hold on.
It's 75-71 Oregon. If Oregon loses, then my bracket is busted.
So should we stay live to the end of this?
Let's
so
stay
Hank,
live to the
your
end of this.
mistake is your quote unquote mistake actually paying off now?
My mistake, which originally I said that Villanova was going to beat Oregon in the finals. They got it back. But now Oregon is in the Final Four. Oh, they fouled. All right, 75-71. It's like a miracle. A miracle! I need Hanukkah to come months ahead of time. I need the miracle.
Hank?
What?
No. All right.
You're not going to get an early Hanukkah this year.
I'm not going to get it. Dang it. All right, hold on. There's 57.1 seconds left. And
You got a better chance of asking for a Philadelphia Eagle playoff run.
that is
Wow.
true.
Below the belt he went.
That is
No, I'm
below
just
the
saying.
belt.
So Hank,
I have more of a chance of fathering Nick Foles' child.
How about a Browns Eagles Super Bowl? Huh?
I think after the draft take we're gonna get Wes on too because his
Nice.
Titans.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of guests coming on for
Wes,
you
your
guys.
Titans have a high pick, don't they?
Oh yeah, baby.
Well,
I don't think you can get higher
Guys,
than
what do you guys
All right.
think? What do you guys think of Mississippi State upsetting UConn and
Dude,
Dak Prescott losing his proverbial mind?
Dude, sorry, that's the most untalked about thing, and I hate to say it, just because it's in the women's realm, it's a 111 game winning streak that's broken, and we talk about it for one day.
That will that's gonna go down.
111.
I think it's good.
5'5" girl during the game.
Boom.
Do you think that's gonna go down, Hank, as one of those untouchables like
And why is
Lou
Gino smiling?
like,
Is he happy? he
like
lost?
Joe DiMaggio's hit streak
And
or
you
Cy
have-
Young's wins or
or the most games started by Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh,
Calvin.
wow.
I was gonna say Cal Ripken Jr. and Brett Favre. I mean, honestly,
Untouchable.
in today's NFL, I don't think
Eli
anybody's
might
gonna.
be close to Brett Favre.
Eli's
He
not
might
close
be
to
like
Brett.
he might be like 8 seasons away though. But
I was
still.
about to say by close. You have to remember.
8 seasons. He's gonna get clobber knocked in the
You have
head.
to
He's gonna
because
go-
you have to remember, Hank. Plus, if you add in his playoff wins as well, Brett Favre has like over 300. I think it was 296 regular season consecutive games, and it's like 316 or 318, including playoffs, consecutive games he played without missing a single one.
You don't beat the Cal Ripken streak.
No,
Cal
Ripken. Well, especially in today's.
You take rest.
In today's of any sport, all of those legacy,
rest,
all of those, all of those, Iron Man. There's never going to be an Iron Man like that again.
Too much money's invested into their quarterback.
I mean, you do have guys like Joe Thomas who you have guys that are
Jason
consistent,
Witten.
but you never have guys that play that many
Jason Witten
consecutive
too.
games.
Yeah, you're right.
Jason
Uh,
Witten hasn't missed a game, even though he's missed one game, right?
Yeah, his whole career.
His whole career.
Tony?
Jason Witten.
No, Jason Witten.
No, Jason Witten, yeah.
UConn women last night were supposed to win by 22. That was the spread, 22 and a half.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gone to Vegas.
Kelly, do you enjoy NCAA as well? Do you like college basketball, men's or women's?
Absolutely not.
She does
but
not,
I'll watch
even
it
though
in March.
even though TCU won the NIT and she's a TCU fan.
She doesn't care.
I feel very strongly
Not in the tournament.
Did you know? I used to love the Red Ryder BB rifle. Andy Dalton when he went to TCU.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout.
They don't have a timeout.
They don't. Well, why aren't you shooting a 3-point shot?
Listeners out there, Hank needs glasses, and he
You
refuses
people are
to
so
get them.
dumb.
This is why we stayed live.
Let's
Talk about the 1990s.
Is that Hank? Did Oregon win?
No. Okay, Oregon. Obviously, Kelly just informed me. Kelly just informed me that Oregon didn't have a timeout. They were losing 77-74 with like 18 seconds left, and they went in to try to score a 2-point shot instead of going for the 3, which would have tied the game.
Okay, so Hank doesn't watch a lot of basketball. 3 would have been really risky. They had a wide open layup, really easy put in.
Yeah, but now they're gonna
then
lose.
Then they can foul, get the ball back, go down the court.
Yeah, but there's 6.4 seconds.
That is plenty of time in basketball.
Now there's 5.2 seconds.
That's like 3 shots.
You don't pass up that. There was no one under the hoop. You don't pass that up for a maybe.
I know, but now they're
with
definitely.
no timeout.
But now they're definitely gonna lose.
I don't know.
There's 5 seconds
Who has
left.
the lead? Who has the lead right
I
now?
think UNC
UNC
does.
by 1.
Whoa!
You'd much rather go for the for sure 2 than a 3 to tie it and a maybe.
I would rather take the 3.
You do not watch basketball. This is why you are not very educated on this.
I know, but still.
Well, there's a lot of speed being casted here on live stream.
I know, but still.
And now you got to make the other team shoot free throws, and you're going to get the ball back.
This guy's gonna make all of them.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
So,
Hold on.
thank you for all who have stayed on and listened to the.
Listen to the extension of the game. Even though Hank and Kelly are the only ones watching, DJ and I are actually having some technical difficulties over here trying to get the game.
Free throw.
This is what happens when you try to steal internet.
He's gonna make this one.
He missed the first free throw, which is why you go for the for sure 2, because you are still down only 1 right now. And he missed the second.
And they got it back. They won.
They did not block out.
Oh, you gotta block out.
And North Carolina got an offensive rebound. Unless they call this a loose ball foul, I cannot see.
Oh my God. An offensive rebound on a free throw. They got them. Oh, done. Over. Good night. Put it book.
I told you they would lose.
Hey, I called UNC to go to the finals at least. I bet you, and this is a big shout out to Eric Wills.
He's gonna make this.
Congratulations. But guess what? You're losing in the finals.
So they fouled again. This guy missed his first free throw. It is still a 1-point game.
He's gonna make this one too. He's gonna make this one not 2, but he's gonna make the second one.
We are all seeing Hank's true basketball knowledge. He missed the second one, and once again, he did not block out.
My bracket,
Offensive rebound by
my
North
bracket
Carolina.
is busted.
Hey, laugh at that.
Sorry,
You
I'm
cannot
trying to
have
explain
offensive
what's
rebounds
actually happening while Hank is just making inaudible noises. For those not watching at home, he missed the second.
At the end of the day, it's who wanted it more.
Yep,
Well-
because the first rule of basketball is you block out when guarding
On a
free
shot.
throws.
The first rule of
Well, thank you
basketball:
guys.
if you can dodge
Thank
a
you guys
wrench,
for
you
filling
can
us in
dodge a
on the end of the game. We were having some technical difficulties over
Yep,
here,
I'm
but
glad I could do that for you. I'm sorry Hank is useless in these kinds of games.
Well, it's all good. And thanks for everybody who are listening tonight. We had a fun time. Thanks for the guests for coming on. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Kelly. You guys have been awesome.
thank you to our fans. And here's from beautiful California. We hope to see you guys next time we come on.
I'm in shorts.
Everyone have a nice evening.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
All right.